Hey guys, it's Snow and welcome to iHollywood TV. Today, co-authors Riordan and Mark Oshiro are joining us live to discuss The Sun and the Star, their new book released on May 2nd. Good morning to you too. It's very nice to have you both on the show to speak more about the book release.
Thanks for having us.
Good morning. Thank you for having us too.
So let's start off with you, Rek. So why did you want to collaborate with Mark on this adventure story? Because this is such a great read and so many readers would be very pleased when they pick up a copy.
Oh, thank you. Well, this is about Nico di Angelo, one of the most popular characters from Percy Jackson's world, and his boyfriend, Will Solace. And I knew that I wanted to write this book about them, featuring them exclusively, but I felt a little trepidation that I might not be able to do it justice by myself. I wanted to find a great writer who could bring some emotional depth and backstory to the characters. I had been a fan of Mark's work already, and so Steph Lurie, my editor, suggested we contact them, and lo and behold, it became this wonderful collaboration where I think that my strengths and Mark's strengths sort of complemented each other nicely.
Now, Mark, being a queer author, how was your perspective valuable to Rick's story?
I think first of all was the fact that Rick and his entire team respected that and respected my contributions to it, and very much were like, this gets to be your book too. What do you want to contribute to it? What sort of stories do you want to tell? You know, we started from an outline and it was so much fun to be able to contribute things that I thought of and that I came up with to sort of fill the spaces or whatnot. So I loved getting to be honest, and getting to be honest particularly with Nico, a character I relate to a lot, about what it's like to sometimes grow up with a very difficult childhood, to feel like maybe you don't understand your place. And as a queer writer, that is such a universal theme for me, and something that I tend to keep writing about, and getting to do that in the Percy Jackson universe. Are you kidding me? Like, it's amazing. It's incredible.
Now, Mark, what did you find the most interesting about working with Rick on this collaboration?
I would say the way that we sort of leaned on each other's skills and learned from one another. You know, it has been sort of this, you know, repeated motif as we've been talking about the book. I write very introspective, emotional, very deep character work in my books. So what I learned from Rick was action. How do you write compelling action? How do you not lose the plot, literally? Sometimes, how do you add humor without deflating the action? And so a lot of that was, felt like I was attending a master class and getting to understand how to write it. So for me, that was really rewarding.
Now, Rick, the book comes out on May 2nd, but so many of us are wondering just where this adventure could possibly go. So can you give us a sneak peek of what the readers can expect?
Sure. Will and Nico, our two demigod heroes, have been hearing voices from the underworld, from Tartarus, that deep, dark, terrible place at the bottom of creation. Nico is pretty sure he knows who this voice is. It's an old friend of theirs that was left down there years ago. And he feels compelled to go try to save this old friend. And Will, you know, being his significant other and, you know, wanting to be supportive, wants to go too. So it'll be quite the vacation trip into Tartarus.
Now, last question to the both of you. Rick, what surprised you the most about working with Mark? And, you know, Mark, what did you learn about Rick that was unexpected?
For me, I think what was really satisfying and surprising and kind of reassuring is that we were able to do this process and make it collegial and collaborative. And when I look back at the manuscripts, it's fun to see that if you look at the revision marks, it really is the final product about 50-50, Mark and me. And I was nervous. I had never collaborated with someone, and I wasn't sure how that would go, and I didn't want to be stepping on Mark's creativity. And, you know, so there were a lot of concerns that turned out to be unfounded.
I know my answer. We haven't talked about this yet, actually.
Okay.
The big surprising thing that I loved, especially during the outline phase, was how much your wife, Becky Riordan, helped contribute to this as well. She is this beautiful wealth of knowledge about Percy Jackson. And the thing I want to shout out, Becky, is she helped me figure out Will. She really helped me figure out his voice and like what his positioning is in this story. And so she was very invaluable to this process.
Well, I may be biased, but yeah, Becky's pretty great.
Well, shout out to Becky. Hey, Becky, if you're watching, you know. Well, The Sun and the Star is releasing on May 2nd, so be sure to go out Tuesday and get a copy of this amazing book from Rick and Mark. Thanks for joining us on the show. Y'all take care and have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Noah.